This channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel is meant for educational purpose only.
Broker or private pay, you know what I'm saying? You can get an understanding of what they're doing. So the number one thing you want to do is do. What up, though, family? Welcome to our channel and welcome to our new series, Coach's Corner with Dante, your host. And we got a special video for you today. And this is our next video in our particular series. And we're going to focus on, what up, though, VA? Virginia, you are up next. How to start your NEMT business in Virginia. What up? So, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, so welcome to the channel. So this is something that I just started because of, I get many questions on how to start my business in, Michigan, Ohio, Nevada. And in particular, I got a comment, I got several comments, but one comment stuck out, and that was Arkansas. So when I seen a particular comment for Arkansas, I said, let me start this series to help people, get their business started. And so VA, what up, though? You're up next, and we're gonna get into the video and share the information on how you can get started in Virginia. So first things first, you want to make sure you do your research. This is where we're gonna start. Start first with research. Research state requirements, other NEMT companies, and services provided. So what I mean by that is there's other NEMT companies within your region, right? So if there are other NEMT companies in your particular industry or within your demographic area, meaning like within the next 10-mile radius, you want to reach out to them and see what type of services they offer. This is like your cheat code. You can figure out, okay, well, maybe they offer just child transportation, or maybe they just go on dialysis appointments, or maybe they just pick up people, for discharge. You want to know what services they provide. Also, you might want to get an idea what their base rate is and how much they charge for mileage. You know what I'm talking about? Because if they're not working with do your research in your particular state, your area, you will know what their state requirements are. We're going to go over some of those requirements today, but I want to just give you that information like, okay, so if I'm starting your business, what will be, the number one thing to do? And the number one thing you want to do with anything is do your research. You don't want to go off with nobody else's information. You want to make sure that all the information that you provide is catered to what you looked up. Because it applies to you in your industry. Next thing you want to do is choose a catchy name. You know what I'm talking about? Simple, short. Just want to make sure that it's catchy. And then you want to make sure that it's available. Make sure you pick out maybe 2 or 3 names, and make sure it's catchy. So when it's time to, register that particular business, it's available in your state, because, all names are not available in the state. So check the availability of that particular name. But make sure it's catchy. You want to make sure that, people are able to, speak it freely and know who exactly, they're searching for. Because if you come with something catchy, there's no way that, they won't be able to find you. Next thing is you want to obtain your employer identification number, which is short for EIN number. Go to irs.gov and you can get this Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. right here on the screen. You know what I'm talking about? But it is free. So far what I'm discussing with you, everything has been free. Okay, we want to get you to spending the least amount of money as possible in the beginning. You know what I'm talking about? So get your EIN number. That's the next thing that you need to do. And like I said, you head over to irs.gov and you get your EIN number. Now, when you're starting your business, you also want to know what type of vehicle are you going to be using. If you're going to use your personal vehicle, make sure that you, when you are using your personal vehicle, make sure that it's always a clean vehicle. Don't leave any of the necessary things that you have on your day-to-day driving in the vehicle, because you are going to be transporting people and you don't want them to leave a bad review or anything pertaining to you and your business. So keep it clean. You know what I'm talking about, if you're using your personal vehicle. Next, we want to talk about okay, but now we're going to get into the good thing. You know what I'm talking about? You want to set up your business entity. Okay, what I mean by business entity is you want to either set up your DBA, your sole proprietorship, your LLC, whether it's S Corp, C Corp, or partnership, if you're working with a partner. And you can go in Virginia in particular. What you're going to do is you're going to go to www.scc.virginia.gov. And we're going to put that somewhere on the screen. And if you're starting a new LLC, it's $100 to get started. So all you in right now to start your business is $100. And I know that works for you. You know what I'm saying? You're not coming out of pocket with a whole bunch of money. But again, that website is www.scc.virginia.gov. And next, after we do get our business entity, and the reason why we're setting up this business entity is, for one, you want to establish business credit. Okay, we're going to use business credit, you know, later on when you get your business going up and running off the ground. But then you want to head over to fill out your NPI application. NPI stands for National Provider Identifier Number. This is basically a social security number or EIN number for the healthcare industry. Okay, so that's the best way I can explain it. So if you're going to be a provider providing, you know, transportation services in the medical field, okay, you have to get your NPI number, which stands for National Provider Identifier Number. So you're going to go to cms.gov, and again, that particular number is free. You can get your NPI number or fill out the NPI application. Go to about at cms.gov. Okay, and since you are a broker state, and we went over brokers in a couple of previous videos. If you are in a broker state, you want to work with Medicaid, Medicare, or insurance companies, you're going to need to have your NPI number. So work on getting your NPI number. It takes about 7 to 10 days for it to come back to you, but it's free. That's the key thing you need to know, is you don't have to pay any money when you're getting started with that. And then we want to head over to get to Red Cross. And what I mean by Red Cross, you need to get your CPR certification. Me personally, I would not have any of my drivers, and it's required in your state as well. So I wouldn't have any driver driving my vehicles if they do not have the proper basic medical certification, which is your CPR certification. So all drivers and owners should have, at minimum, the CPR certification to drive your vehicles or to own a particular Nemt company. Okay, and like I said, you can get that from Red Cross, or you can do that. Some local fire departments, local YMCAs or agencies might have classes for free. Just check around on the internet and see what you can find. And these classes usually cost about $75 to $100. Preferably, I would tell you to do it in class so you can be able to, work with that. I don't want to call it a dummy, but that little thing, that little dial thing that you be playing with when you doing the class. So you can do it online or you can do it in person. Me personally, I would rather do it in person. But the next thing we want to do, okay, is you want to set up your business checking account. So go to whatever bank you desire to start your business checking account and set up your business bank account. Usually you can find one that the minimum deposit to start a business bank account could be $100. So just start off with that, but you do want to have a business bank account, because this is how you're going to get paid with brokers, insurance companies, basically how you're going to do your business, especially if you're going to be working with brokers. So set up your business bank account, because it's going to help you in the long run, and it's mandatory for you to have when you're working with Medicaid and insurance brokers. So set up your business checking account. Usually credit unions or major banks have, low deposits. So just check around in your area and find the best one that, fits your particular needs. And then we're going to move on to what we call Passenger Assistant Safety Sensitivity Certification. This is where you come to learn how to properly strap in clients, how to properly secure clients, how to properly secure wheelchairs, how to properly deal with passengers or clients. All of this particular certification is mainly provided for transportation owners and drivers. So anything that you will need to know pertaining to how to properly secure the wheelchair, how to properly fasten the seat belt, how to properly secure the oxygen tank. There's several things that goes into play when it comes to dealing with passengers and clients and your business in particular. So you want to go to www.ctaa.org/pass, PASS. And they have I believe this is like a 2-day class, and this is roughly around $750, I believe. And if you are a member of CTAA, it's $650. But this is imperative that you have to have this particular class. So just so you know, Virginia, you do have to have this class. So be prepared to have this particular money set aside so you can take this class and get your certification. Next, we want to talk about partnering with brokers. So you're filling out the broker application. So the broker in your state is Modivcare. So you can go to www.modivcare.com and fill out the application. They're going to ask you things such as, do you have your NPI number, number of drivers that you have, the hours of operation, how many vehicles you have, the type of vehicle you have. Maybe you have a 4-door sedan, meaning like a Ford Taurus, or you might have a Dodge Grand Caravan. Whatever you have, you're going to put all the information on the particular application. So you want to partner with brokers. And the broker, like I said, in your particular area will be Modivcare. So you want to go to their website, fill out the information so you can be partnered with them, so you can be able to get your clients when it's time to, for you to start driving. Next, we want to talk about me personally. I have a criminal background. I mean, I have felonies. So what you want to do is you want to hire, you want to get, criminal background on your drivers as well as yourself, because Medicaid, Medicare, brokers are going to require that. And usually that takes about, cost about $50 to $75 to get a criminal background check. So they do a nationwide federal check on each and every person that's going to enter this particular industry. And there's several companies that you can get a, criminal background check. You can go to your local state police department as well. They're going to do fingerprints and, all that nine. And then we want to talk about, why you say that? But after that, we want to determine the type of clients you want to deal with. So there's several clients that you can come up with. You can have, like I was talking about before, physical therapy. That's the type of client. You have dialysis patients, clients. You also have cancer, people that need to go to oncology, appointments. People that do the BBL type of situations, like, what I'm talking about. So you can have those type of clients. You also can have group homes, assisted living homes. There's several type of clients. You can take people to get their prescriptions filled. You also can have clients where you just take them to the grocery store. So anything that you can think of as far as people that need transportation, that could be your customer. So determine the type of customers you want. I have one particular client that I have, that their sole client is just dealing with families visiting incarcerated loved ones. So that's all they do. They have a nice little, I think it's a 12-passenger van, and they take, they meet up with these particular family members and they take them to the prisons. And so that's all they do. That's their sole client. That's their niche. So let's think about the type of clients that you want. Next, we want to talk about vehicle insurance. Vehicle insurance is really, really important. It's very expensive. I ain't gonna say very expensive. It can be it's one of the most expensive expenses that we have in this particular industry. So search around, try to find you the best, I'm talking about the best insurance companies that you can find to give you the best rates. So you're gonna need some general auto liability insurance. You're also gonna need commercial auto insurance. Those are the two things that are needed in the state of Virginia. There's companies such as Progressive that has this particular service, Amwins, Access Insurance Services. Those are two companies that I know of that operate in the Virginia area. And you can also put, you know, in Google, you know, Google should be your best friend. Google insurance brokers, you know, in my state, and then it might pop up, you know, some insurance brokers that can help you utilize the best interest rates based off of your, you know, business model and your credit situation. So finding the best insurance. Insurance can range from, I've seen prices anywhere from $1,500 to like $8,000. That's annually, meaning, you know, total. So that can break down to be, you know what I'm saying, maybe like a few $100s a month. So just make sure you're finding the best interest rate for you and your particular situation, because like I said, this is going to be the most expensive expense that you have in this particular industry. So find the best one for you. Next, vehicle inspection. Okay, so vehicle inspection, they usually do like a 19-point vehicle inspection. All states do not require vehicle inspections, but in the state of Virginia, what I found out is, that's where I have my notes, is because, not because, but you have
book update failed.
What are you saying that? You have 19-point inspection. And this is because of the Americans ADA, American Disability Act 49 CFR 38. So you can get a vehicle inspected anywhere that a repair shop is held that is certified by the state of Virginia. So you can find anybody, you can just call around and see who's certified in the state of Virginia that can offer you that vehicle inspection. And you just go to them and get your vehicle inspected. It costs roughly around $20. So you call your local mechanic shop, ask if they provide Virginia state inspections, or contact another shop. Either way it goes, you can find these people, and it roughly costs you about $20 to get your vehicle inspected. A lot of states do not require vehicle inspection, but Virginia, you are one of the states that do require it. Some of the key points that I figured out, you know, about starting a business in Virginia is only transport Medicaid recipients whose trips arranged through the DMAS or transportation brokers. So what I mean by that is transportation brokers is what we were talking about before, Modivcare. So if you're going to be working with Medicaid, Modivcare is going to be the, you know, person that you need to have a great relationship with, because initially they're the ones that are going to be providing you with the clients, you know, basically getting your business off the ground. But let me throw a catch-22 with that. I want you to also be having building your own what we call private pay clients, where you go out and you get your own clients and you're building your business up simultaneously while working with the brokers. So as your business grow, you can start leaning toward, you know what I'm saying, slipping away from the brokers, and you're working solely based off of your clients. Okay, because brokers initially, they're going to get a nice little cut of what you do, and that's per leg, what we call per leg or per person when you're doing these transportation trips. And you're only compensated through Medicaid reimbursement. So what I mean by that as well is, say for instance, you take a trip, or you do a trip, and that particular trip is about, let's say $110. Okay, so Medicaid initially will be paying for that particular trip. So they're going to send that particular money over to the brokers, and the brokers are going to get their cut, and they're going to send you whatever that particular payment is. So that's how it goes. You don't get the money up front. The money goes through the brokers, and brokers goes through you. So that's one thing you need to understand as well. It's called basically the Medicaid reimbursement compensation program. Next, the insurance requirements. We went over that just a little bit a while ago. Insurance requirements, but I'm gonna go through it one more time. Bodily injury and property damage. If it's a 1 to 6 passenger vehicle, is required to have a $350,000 policy. But that doesn't mean that it's necessarily the amount that is going to be that you have to pay. That's basically what the policy covers. Okay, so that's the insurance requirements for that particular insurance requirements. Focus on what I'm doing. You know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I really lose the train of thought when the video goes on. Next, we're going to talk about bond requirements. Each state may not have bond requirements, but the state of Virginia, that's why we're talking about you today. VA, what up, though? Bond requirements. You must keep $25,000 surety bond or letter of credit on file with DMV motor carrier for 3 years. Okay? So, $25,000 bond, surety bond or letter of credit on file with DMV. And then registration license plates requirements as well. It's a $50 filing fee for the license plate registration. So it sounds like you guys have to have some type of special license in order for you to operate in this particular business. So it's not like a regular license. It has to basically may say that it's like medically associated with, but I'm not sure. But that's something that you need to research. Next, we're talking about the mileage reimbursement program. We didn't talk about this, but we're going to talk about it now. Mileage reimbursement program. This is how it goes. The requirements for a mileage reimbursement program. You have to have a valid driver's license, for one. You have to call the reservation line, which is 866-386-8331 prior to the appointment. So your clients have to call that number in order for them to book a ride with you or through the brokers. Providers provide driver's name, telephone number, mailing address to the mileage reimbursement program, so you are properly reimbursed, for your mileage. Next, you have to complete a mileage reimbursement form, which needs to be taken to the member appointment and signed by the treating facility. So what that means is, prior to you picking up the client, you're going to make sure that they have this particular form, because when they take it into the facility that you're dropping them off at, the facility or the person in charge of that particular department has to fill out that particular form for you to be reimbursed for your mileage. So understand that this form is really important. So don't let nobody sleep on that particular information by forgetting it in the car or whatever the case may be, because you want to make sure that you get paid for your mileage, because like I said, gas is expensive right now. I don't know about y'all in VA, but up my way up in Michigan, we at $3.54 right now. So we don't want to play with no gas right now. So gas mileage, you want to make sure that you take care of. Next, we want to talk about Modivcare, NEMT driver standards. So if you're working with the broker, which is Modivcare, these are the things that they require. We're going to go over this list real quick. Criminal background check that we were talking about in the beginning, you have to have that. You have to have your PASS training. Remember, we're talking about PASS, passenger assistant sensitivity, safety. So they have to have that certification. Next, you have to have defense driving. There's a lot of crazy drivers out here. I don't know about y'all, but in Detroit, hey, look, the young bucks out here, they be really wild. So you need to know how to properly drive your vehicle defensively, meaning you're not on the offense, you're not aggressive, because you have passengers in your vehicle, so you have to know how to properly drive these vehicles. So you have to have the defense training. Next, you have to have a valid Virginia driver's license. You have to get your DMV records checked. You have to wear a visible name tag. You have to have your CPR training. We were talking about that in the beginning. You have to have a biannual vehicle inspection, and then an on-site monitoring trip manager app. This is something that Modivcare has for you. It's basically like a dispatching software where they can, correspond with you through the app. So you gotta have that as well. You can download that, and they'll give you all the information once you talk to them. Lastly, we want to talk about the level of assistance that you provide. And this is pretty basic, but I just want to give you the information because this is the type of service that you're going to be providing. So the type of service, different type of service that you're going to provide is curb to curb, which is driver is required to open vehicle door, assist members in and out of the vehicle. Okay, that's one level of service. Next level of service is door to door. Door to door is basically drivers required to assist the member to the door of the designated entrance of the pickup or drop off location. The driver is required to assist the member throughout the transport and to the door of the destination. So you know what that means. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure that your particular clients is taken care of, because we're in the business of hospitality. You want to make sure that they feel comfortable and want to use your service, and in the end, you want them to tell a friend, right? Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, because that's how our business grow, and that's how we that's how we talk about, you know what I'm saying, at the dinner table and get these referrals. You know what I'm talking about? Lastly, last but not least, hand-to-hand. Okay, hand-to-hand is drivers required to receive the member from a person at the pickup location and hand them off to a caregiver or facility staff at the door of the drop-off location. Drivers are not to lose sight of the vehicle for hand-to-hand transports. So, I mean, I pretty much explained that in that last paragraph, but you get the point. So this is how you get started in the great state of Virginia. VA, what up, though? Thank you. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those videos where you are the next, like I said, you are the next one in our particular series. And what you can do is, if you like this video, you're most definitely gonna like this video or this video about starting your NEMT transportation business. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave us a comment. You know what I'm talking about? Anybody in VA, you know, that has a question that didn't cover, just leave that in the comment, and we will make sure that we answer those questions. You know, I know sometimes I get lost for words. I appreciate everybody rocking with our channel. You know what I'm saying? This is our new series. So thank you for supporting the new series, Coach's Corner, with me, the homeschool dad, Dante. And until the next one, love and light, say Lou.